go get him again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Amouroud, a first on the channel. Amouroud perfumes. Never smelt, I've seen this brand around on YouTube's, but other than that, nothing. I do have a couple on my wish list. I think they have like a honey one. It was called miel or something, like honey, miel. Miel is French for honey. So that one I think is miel sauvage. Ooh, my memory, I think that's right. Hey, I'm not losing my memory. I used to have razor sharp memory back in my 20s. What happened? Okay, let's get back to this. Sunset Oud. So this is my first dip into the brand. A lot of my subscribers say, Mark, you're dipping in the wrong fragrances in new brands. And that's going to happen with Fragflex, right? Sometimes it's the more popular ones because they sell a lot, and then there's a return product because it's defective or whatever. They sell a lot of them, so they come to me. And then there's the off-the-cuff ones, the ones that are not so popular, and they come to me. I don't know. I don't know where this stands. It's new brand to me. But let's get into it. Before we get into anything, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe. Smash that like button. Much appreciated. To my returnees, welcome back to the channel. Merci beaucoup for your support. Let's take a look at the note breakdown on this one. Sunset Oud, and see what we're going to get. I'm assuming Oud. In the top, we got yuzu, rosemary, tobacco flowers. So kind of a bright opening. Sunset Oud. Okay, I could kind of see, okay, there's a brightness and then it'll go darker. That's the romantic in me. Like, it's kind of like, okay, how am I going to put the note breakdown with the imagery? And then I open it up and there's like zero imagery in the scent profile. Let's get into the mid. We got myrrh, vetiver, lavender. So again, bright notes and darker. So it's getting darker. And in the base, we got leather nude, and that's dark. So this was released back in 2020. And I don't know much about this brand. We're going to look at pricing. Actually, you know what? I've put in a little bit of effort for you guys on an unboxing. Usually I just go in cold, right? Let's unbox them. But I actually looked at the pricing. I feel like doing that a little bit more in my videos so you guys can have, like, especially if it's a brand that's new to you. So this one retails, where did I find that? I went on their actual site. And this retails for $322 US dollars. So we're going to use US dollars, even though I'm Canadian. I'm not American. I'm Canadian. That's why there's some French in me, right? So $322 USD for 100 mils. Quite pricey. So this is, you know, I'm expecting goodness here. 400 mils. On Fragflex, I went on their website just to see the difference. Holy, there's a big difference. 118 USD. So big difference. Plus, you got my coupon code. Don't forget that. 10% off on that. So that's a huge difference, a discounter. Like some of these brands, I'm like, whoa. So obviously, they're going the pouch route here. A la Montal, Mancera, etc. Nice velvet pouch. It's got their name, their branding on there. Got the tassels going. Yeah, bottle, it's got some heft. We got the plaque here, and I did notice that it's an actual plaque here. This is not printed on the cardboard. It's an actual plaque on the box as well. But you're paying for that. $322 USD retail. You are paying for that. It says the Perfumer's Workshop lid. So that's kind of interesting. I want to see, is Amouroud a brand under a brand umbrella? Perhaps. 100 mil. It's an EDP. Okay, so let's, yeah, this cap has some heft to it. I can see why it got returned already. The atomizer's sticking up like it's saying hi to me right now. Let's see if that actually works. But now that you know the pricing, let's see. Oh, it works. We got a video. Pretty good atomizer on this one. Okay, so let's sniff it. Let's see what I get out of Sunset Oud. Oh, that it comes out swinging. She's dark. There is no gradual sunset here. Wow. We're getting a light leathery nuance here. So those base notes are coming out real quick. And an ambery backbone. There's some light oud here. It's not bad. And there's some woody accents here. So there's some cedar. Not listed, but we're going to go with it. Yeah. A half decent dark scent, honestly. You know, the leather isn't anything crazy here. But yeah, half decent. Let's put it on skin and we'll go from there. So already, like, pretty good introduction. There's layers to this thing. There's volumes to this thing. Yeah, it's resinous. It's woody. It's sweet. So there's some sweetness in here. There is some spicy nuances. A little bit of smoky nuances. I wouldn't call this, like, I wouldn't classify this as a smoky scent, but it has that. Oh, I'm smelling the myrrh. Nicely done. You know what? This is starting to remind me of something. I got it in my head already. M7 by YSL. Mr. Tom Ford. I wonder if this is compared to Oud Wood because I'm thinking of M7. M7, of course. A lot of people go straight to the Tom Ford private blends. They don't. I went straight to YSL for some reason on this one, but and that kind of tells you what kind of Oud Wood you're going to get out of this one, right? Westernized, smooth, the same way as the M7 goes. And it is, there's like a, it's like a little tug of war with the fresh notes and the dark notes. Obviously, the dark notes really just envelop the whole thing immediately. M7, yeah. And like the fresh notes, the yuzu, don't expect like a big pop of yuzu. You know, it's bright, it's citrusy. No. But you got yuzu, you got lavender. Those are the two that I'm pinpointing right now that are kind of battling versus the darker notes, which they're losing clearly. But you know, these thinner notes aren't showing much personality, but you can tell that they're there. So don't expect the brightness of the yuzu, the lavender, right? There's some herbal tendencies here as well. Interesting. Again, rosemary's in there as well. So that could be from that. But honestly, the major factors here, myrrh, leather, and some westernized oud, heavily westernized, almost kind of like cedar, things like that. So honestly, not a bad first impression. 322 USD good? Absolutely not. Canadian, that's going to get me close to the 400s. Like, it's getting close. No, thank you. No, this is not standing out that much. At the discounted price, right? You're looking at Fragflex 118. Oh, okay, yeah, that's much better. So 120. You know, I'm just doing a little bit of, you know, right under $200 Canadian for this scent. That makes a little more sense. However, you know, it's not giving me anything crazily better than an Oud would or an M7 would. So I have my fill in regards to my own collection, in regards to what I'm getting out of this thing. I'm not saying it's a bad scent. It's not. It's a good fall scent. But for 300 USD, forget. For 120 USD, it's a good price for it, but even at that price, there's a lot of competition, right? There's a lot more competition. Now, M7, discontinued. I know there's going to be somebody in the comments below going, Mark, I know, but you can look at, you know, you can go, like, I'm not a clone guy. I'm not actively searching for stuff that, is like a clone or another brand makes something. I'm not, like, when I got Oud Wood, I got Tuscan Leather, I got Tobacco Vanille. You know, those things are like highly popular, highly known. I already have them in my collection. I'm not actively going on base notes or fragrance, kind of asking people or looking and trying to find things that are about the same. No, I'm all about me personally for discovery. So yes, M7 is discontinued. It's in the same vein as that. Oud Wood is not discontinued. Check out Oud Wood. More expensive? Yes. So then you go on, if you want to go cheaper route, go take a look at others, go on Fragrantica, Oud Wood clones or whatever, and you could probably find something that'll do something like this. Yeah, there's some complexity there. So I'm not excited about the brand, but I can see some potential in this brand, which excites me a little bit, I'm not shutting off this camera and going straight to the computer and going, okay, what else do they have? What that honeyed one, that miel sauvage, which I think I remember the name correctly. I would spend $5-10 on a sample and just kind of just discover that one and see what it's all about, especially off the strength of this one. It's not a bad scent per se, but yeah. Anyway, you can find this one at fragflex.com. That's where I got mine. Go check out Fragflex. You can use my code TFG10. You get 10% off. Obviously, it's a 118 USD on it for the 100 ml bottle. That's a hell of a steal versus 322. I'll tell you that. Plus the 10% code off. Great price. But yeah, you don't have to use the code on that at all. The code's good for anything site-wide, obviously, and you can keep that code in your back pocket because it has no expiry date as of today's date. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly. Especially, this is a new brand to me, so I always encourage my subscriber base, if you're new here, pepper those comments. Let me know which are great, which to avoid from this brand. I absolutely, and that helps not only me, but it helps people that are new to the brand too, that are like, they have this in their cart or they found like somebody with a partial and they're looking at reviews. People do that. They go in the comments and see, okay, yeah, everybody's saying that this is blah, 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 or, I found something or something else is better from the brand. I love it. We're helping each other out. And as always, a great import fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.